Morning, Cowboys. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, not in the kitchen because we got grandkids in the kitchen. So we'll do it from the fishbowl. Three things that we're going to hit on this morning, and then we'll head off to the Star, and we'd love to take you with us. So join us all day long and all week long. Thanksgiving week. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. Let's be nice to each other. CowboysSI.com is where you'll find us all day and night, and here on the Fish Report, the 75-member staff, of course, at your service. We will be at and inside the Star today. Brie Amaranthus will join me there. Richie Witt will join me there. And we will be all over three stories that we will cover here in the next 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes, and I will give you the Cowboys world. Plus, of course, all your questions, all your comments. Christopher Dunich is an Uncle Fish Premium subscriber. So is Jason Rempo. So is Charlie P. If you would like to be in the Uncle Fish Premium Club, press the button, Jim Laws, and these fellows will show you how. $1.99, you come on in there, you just support the site and have a little bit of fun. Three issues. Boy, that's bright, dummy. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it is, baby. Three issues that we'll get to. Christopher says, I'm still waiting for my book. If you have problems with the Stars and Stripe book, blame the U.S. mail, but rely on my wife, Marcia, to fix it. So email me at dbmrfish at, one more time, dbmrfish19@yahoo.com. If you have any problems with your Stars and Stripe book, we will track it and we will fix it. If you want to get involved in the fish sports art, you can use the same email, dbmrfish19@yahoo.com. You can also go to PayPal and order the book yourself, Stars and Strife. Maybe it'll be signed by Nate Newton, Jerry Jones, or Michael Irvin. And you can order your book on PayPal at dbmrfish19@yahoo.com. $30, and make sure I get your return address. The three items of the morning. Dan Quinn would leave the Cowboys for USC. Thing number two, the Tyron Smith update. And this is a feel-good story, and we'll break it down for you this morning. And item number three, what is concussion protocol? And what does CD Lamb have to do to play on Thursday? Good morning, Alicia. Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. We've covered in great depth Cooper and COVID. And I think we've covered it from every angle. And what I want from you is what I think I've given you in your view and your views. I've given you a great deal of elbow room here on this site to express your views. And all I want in return is the same respect back. That my views, Michael Irvin's views, your views, Amari Cooper's views, Dak Prescott's views, all be treated with some level of respect, as passionate as we may be about our views or about your Cowboys. Is that fair? There were some people that the other day that got very irate at me expressing my views, which I've never understood, because I'm letting you express your views. Why wouldn't you, on my site, let me express mine? Scotty Laxton, good morning, Fish. Love and blessings. We do this every year, of course, especially around Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. We talk about, peace on earth. And then for about 3 days, we really go for it. For about 3 days, we don't flip each other off as motorists. And then, by the time we're at New Year's, it goes away. First, let's get to the issue of Dan Quinn. This is a rumor, but there's a reputable college football site that's generating the rumor that USC wants to hire or wants to put on its short list Dan Quinn. I have not talked to Dan Quinn about this. I did call Dan Quinn once when he first got hired, and he didn't answer. And now I've been scared ever since to use that secret phone number. If he goes to USC, I'll call him again. Coaches in the NFL call the Dallas Cowboys the big stage. And there are some people who don't understand, who say, I'd never want to work for Jerry Jones. You don't understand. You don't understand how this really works. Coaches in the NFL would love to be involved in the Dallas Cowboys. And here Dan Quinn is. The speculation of the connecting him with USC talks about how he's a West Coast offense guy, how he's got the right temperament, and how he's got the Pete Carroll connection because of USC. There's all sorts of problems with that. The Pete Carroll connection, he is on the tree. He is on the coaching tree of Pete Carroll, but I don't have any idea how that would lead him to a college job when for the better part of the last 22 years, his entire professional career, he's been an NFL guy. He did spend a short time in 2011, I believe, as the defensive coordinator at the University of Florida. Otherwise, the last time that he's been involved in college was 22 years ago at Hofstra. I just think of Dan Quinn as an NFL guy. I bet you do too. And I'm going to work on the assumption that he does as well. I'm not saying that his objection would be quite as passionate as Mike Tomlin, who was actually offended, the Steelers coach, when somebody suggested that he should be interested in the USC job. And it was hysterical. And he was pissed. I think Dan Quinn views himself as an NFL guy. And I think the track that he's on as the turnaround defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys with a 7-3 record and probably, hopefully, maybe going places would have him get NFL interviews this offseason, not college interviews this offseason. Jason, I would hate to lose Dan Quinn and start over with a different defensive coordinator, but I couldn't blame Quinn to want to be a head coach again. And, he's 51. So he's still young enough to want to run his own ship. But I would think it would be an NFL ship. Super Bowl. So Pete Carroll was an NFL guy before the USC gig. And certainly everybody's cut from a different cloth. Everybody gets to take the path they want to take. We've seen that with the rumors that circulate connecting Kellen Moore with different jobs. That LSU Kellen Moore rumor was a fun one. In fact, maybe it hasn't gone away. I'm sticking with Kellen Moore and Las Vegas Raiders, but I recognize that maybe it's because I'm an NFL guy. So maybe it's my bias. I don't think so, but it's conceivable. 12 breaking. He wants to stay in the box, comfy defensive coordinator job. Yeah, and I appreciate you're throwing out your opinion, but 12, don't state your opinion as fact. You don't know that. Logic dictates that once you've been a Super Bowl head coach at 51, you don't view yourself as being done being a head coach. We use Rod Marinelli as an example. At 71, okay, fine. You'll give it up. Not 51. Willie, I don't think Dan Quinn wants to coach college football. I would tend to agree with you. Cowboys Chris, do you think the Cowboys will keep the entire staff if we win the big one? No way. If the Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl, for starters, Kellen Moore is getting hired to be the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Uncle Fish Premium Club, a whole bunch of you are in there. I think that number is like in the thousands of people that have signed up for the Uncle Fish Premium Club, which is pretty cool. You can also hit the like button. That is a good way to beat the algorithms and let Cowboys Nation know we're here. We're giving away all kinds of prizes when we hit 40,000 subscribers. I think we're turning the corner on 29 today. So if you tell 2 friends, away we'll go. Jason, concussions suck. I've had 11 of them over years from my high school and college football days. 11 concussions from Jason. And that is scary stuff, and there's no jokes there, which takes us to CeeDee Lamb. The concussion protocol for CeeDee Lamb or anybody else, and this is the penalty of playing on the Thursday. This is a tight window to get all these things done. There's a 5-step program that you have to walk through. You have to advance from doing limited physical activity to a next level of exercise, to football-specific exercise, to non-contact training, to full football activity. And in the case of CeeDee Lamb, he's got to do that in 3 days. The Cowboys feel like he's playing. He feels like he's playing Thursday against the visiting Raiders on Thanksgiving. I would predict that he's playing. But that is a tight window in which to accomplish 5 steps. I'm not very good at math. This would mean, since you got 3 days to accomplish 5 steps, some of the steps are going to happen in the same day. Now, can you do non-contact training and full football activity on Wednesday? If your Wednesday is like a Saturday, which it is, now it'll all be compressed, but Saturdays, the day before Mike McCarthy game is called launch practice. Okay, we're putting our plan in fully, we're putting the system in fully, and we're doing a walkthrough. Well, is a walkthrough full football activity? It's going to have to be this week. The good news is CeeDee Lamb participated yesterday in meetings. So as we said last night, and Jason, you probably know this, there's some level of concussion where they put you in a dark room and tell you don't fall asleep, right? This does not seem to be that, since CeeDee Lamb was in all the meetings. So I can't take it. My eyes are killing me. I can't take it. That looks terrible, but my eyes feel better. Christopher D, thanks, Fish and Marcia. Happy Thanksgiving to you both. A.B. Clark, some people don't like to hear the views that don't jibe with theirs. A.B. Clark has just become one of my favorites among the 39,000 Cowboy Nation for a couple of reasons. One, he recognizes the echo chamber factor on social media. That we all tend to want to go into some silo where everybody agrees with us, and that way we can all nod our heads and establish just how right we are. And I'm not a fan of that. I like the exchange. I like the exchange that we have here. I like the passionate exchanges. I just want them to be polite and decent. That's all, and respectful of one another, except for the part where I get to call you a slapdick. And the other thing that A.B. Clark gets right is, and I say this to our critics who come on here, luckily not too many of them. Out of 39,000 people, there's probably 5 people who don't like this show. 5. If you're going to come at the Fish, you better do it with proper spelling. You must bring something of intellect to the table. You cannot post on here and say that Mike Fisher has bad morals and then spell the word morals Morales. You will not win that argument, sir. Item 3. I think Tyron Smith is playing. Now, you will say, well, we've been down this road before. Last week, Tyron, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, limited, and it was all good stuff. Now, on Monday, it's a simulated day because they didn't actually practice, listed as limited. But here's what I feel good about here. Sometimes we got Jerry on the radio over here saying this, while at the same time, Mike McCarthy's over here saying something different. This time, we got Stephen Jones on the Fan saying, feel good about Tyron. And we've got our visit with Mike McCarthy on Monday afternoon at the Star here in Frisco saying, feel good about Tyron. If those two wings of the building are on the same page with Tyron Smith, then I think we can all get on the same page here. I do not question, and I'm not troubled by why the Cowboys would have Connor McGovern get his first start in that game in the noise. It was time. You can't say, well, Connor Williams is an inferior player, but it's sure going to be loud. Let's play the inferior player. That's nonsense. I do think that getting Tyron Smith back, if indeed he is, with the ankle against the Raiders, I do think there is a trickle-down impact that causes a lot of solutions in the offensive line. The offensive line was bad in Kansas City, and that includes, even Zach Martin will tell you, and I think we visit with Zach Martin today, I think Zach Martin will tell you, grading out, that was one of his poorer games, I think. Paul Gale, good morning, Fish. I was thankful for you calming me down and not upset for your views. And again, we shared our views the other day on Amari and COVID. And as you may know, I'm in the same mind as Michael Irvin, but that doesn't make me right. It just allows me to be able to speak my mind in what I hope is a rational manner. And I invite you to do the same thing. Daryl, good morning, Cowboys. Morning, Cowboys. We're going to cut Sprinkle. Let me ask around on that because there are roster moves that need to be made. Now that you don't have Jarwin, you probably have room for 3 tight ends, I think. You might not have room for all these wide receivers. And with, of course, with a couple of them, 1.5 of them dinged up, might not have much elbow room there. You've got some dinged up defensive backs too. Donovan Wilson will not play with the shoulder this week. But Daryl, don't forget, as it relates to Tank Lawrence, this is a 21-day activation window that'll happen this week. So he's not immediately coming on the 53. The window's just open. So there is no immediacy when it comes to having to release anybody. That can still be certainly a week and a half away. And that would be my prediction. It'd be great if Tank Lawrence is all of a sudden pronounced healthy for this game, but that would not be my prediction. I think at the Saints makes sense for Tank. A.V. Clark, Cowboys are angry again. And I understand y'all's take when you say, well, if the Cowboys are going to win because they're angry, why don't they get angry every week? I do get that. Rick B, Terrence Steele just came out of his stance just now. Yeah, the noise issue, and he admitted it. He said, I was stuck in my stance because I couldn't hear. Daniel, you still look sleepy. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I think I look this. Actually, I do. My eyes still look sleepy. What's wrong with me? Fish, what's going on with Lyle Collins, says Willie Vassar. He is your right tackle. It's a viable concept, I think, to say, is Terrence Steele better than Connor McGovern? And if he is, let Terrence Steele play right tackle and let Lyle play left guard. Yeah, Cowboy Chris says the reason I look like this is because I'm a midnight stoner. That reminds me to tell you that I've never smoked pot. I'm a big heroin guy. No, not really. And by the way, almost immediately there's going to be somebody comment saying, Fish, I don't care about your paintings, and I don't care about your drug habit, and I don't care about, then you don't belong here. I do not crowdsource what we do on this program. I'm fascinated by your questions and comments. I take them, I answer as many as I can, and we kick it around. But yes, you're right. You caught me. Whatever it takes, says Fish just got done burning one. I do look like that. What's wrong with me? Nunzio, Jameli, do the noise. Why didn't the offense use a silent count? Oh, they used every trick at their disposal. They had hand signals, all of it. And on 3 drives, it worked and got them 3 field goals. But get used to it. There's going to be noise in other New Orleans. McCarthy went into the Arrowhead game saying this is going to be Minnesota plus when it comes to noise. New Orleans on a Thursday night, going to be the same thing. So file this one away and learn from it. That's the best you can do. Anton points out the playoffs will be loud. That's correct. Green Bay gets loud. Tampa Bay is going to be loud. SoFi Stadium is going to be loud. And AT&T Stadium going to be loud. We will be at the Star here in a little bit. We invite you to come along with us. We'll do a report from there as we always do. And then we've got Fish at 6 tonight, of course. And also over the course of the day, visits with Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and Ezekiel Elliott. So hang with us. Spread the word about what we do here if you find yourself entertained and informed. Fish out.